Hallo en welkom hier by Farmspace, of moet I say, welcome to Farmspace. Ons gaan so 'n bietjie in die Engels gooi vandag. Ek praat met Frank van GRIMME aan die pad van Duitsland af. Ek gaan my 'n bietjie vertel waar kom GRIMME vandaan, hoe werk die masjiene, hoe dink hulle om die goeders te bou ensovoorts. En ja, wat is hulle kwaliteit en al daai dinge. Frank, how are you doing?
Good, and yourself?
No, very good. It's Nampo again, so yeah, we're very happy.
Yes.
Listen, you're all the way from GRIMME in Germany. Give me a quick, let's say a quick overview. When did GRIMME start? Where does it come from, and what's your main focus?
Yes, GRIMME started in 1861, over 160 years ago, as a blacksmith shop in the town. So in Germany at that time, every town had a blacksmith shop, and so that was when the company was founded by Franz GRIMME. And yeah, really the development of potato equipment. I mean, they made all kinds of equipment in the 30s and 40s of the last century, trailers, manure spreaders, and plows, all kinds of stuff. But then in the 50s we started to concentrate, or Franz GRIMME started to concentrate the third generations to build potato equipment. And in 1958 we brought the first, we built the first fully automated single row potato harvester with a bunker on the market.
Yeah.
So.
And so from the 50s, basically, you've been specializing potato equipment.
Yes, only potato equipment. First, we started only with harvesters. In the 90s, we added handling equipment and planters on top of that. So, end of the 90s, we became basically a full liner for planting, cultivating, harvesting, and storage of potatoes.
Awesome. Now, if you could, I just want to know a little bit about if you can capture your philosophy when you're building equipment. How do you look at building equipment, and how does that add value to me as a farmer?
We always want to be very close to the farmer and understand the needs. Every country is different. South Africa, for example, has also specific needs to a harvester, to a planter, and we always try to give the customer the right options, the added value for his farm to do the best job.
Awesome. Now I want to get into the into this and say, give me a quick overview. What does this thing do?
So this machine is what we call a bed former. You plow a bed, and then you take the destoner, which is standing there on the other side, and this is a destoner, the CS150 Combi Star, with the elevator on top, where you then take the stones out of the soil.
First go through with that thing?
First go through with that bed former to form a bed, and then you go in with the destoner. The stones gonna be putting on the trailer, and then you can plant afterwards.
And then it's flat again after this thing is
after
over.
this machine, it's flat again, and then you plant the potatoes in that directly.
Sheesh, but isn't the this thing and a rock? Isn't the rock gonna break that?
No, this is spring loaded, and that's hard steel, so you can hit a stone with that; it's not gonna break.
Oh, so
so this machine. In comparison to the normal potato harvester, it looks very similar, but this has 3 times as much steel in as a machine than a potato harvester has. So it's much more rugged.
So you know you're like the Fendt guys now telling me it's for 35 tons for that one tractor. I'm like, huh? Same thing here.
yes. Where that's where the harvester is 5 tons. This one is probably 10 tons. Yeah.
And this machine?
This is a potato planter. This is a belt planter. We have 2 different planter types: cup planter and belt planter. This is a belt planter.
What's the main difference between that?
Main difference is that you can plant all sizes of potatoes with this planter.
Yeah.
On the cup planter that most of the people know and use here in South Africa, you need to have a certain size that fit in the cup to plant that properly.
And this one you can plant any size with?
This one you can plant any size because you line the potatoes up.
Wil net so show you a little bit there.
And if you're going to come around, you can see that here, this is the heart of the machine, is this planting unit which you see here in the bottom.
Okay, I'm with you. So
and there's this little rubber lines. That's where you line up your potatoes, small or big. They are just one after the other then. So, and therefore you can plant all sizes at the same time.
And this is a 3-row.
This is a 3-row planter, correct.
Okay.
This is 3 rows in one bed.
That's interesting. Huh. Okay. First time I've seen that. And listen, in terms of countries, how many countries do you operate in?
We are working in 120 countries worldwide, and so we are on all continents, and basically wherever there's potato grown, that's where we are.
So, yeah, well, if someone's putting a potato in the ground, you're there. Please tell me this machine that you're standing next to.
Yes, this is the main potato harvester used in South Africa. This is a GT 170. It's a 2-row harvester with a cascade system for sieving out the soil, very gentle, and with a multi-sep for the clods and the vines and all the dirt in the potatoes, and then with a loading elevator where you load the potatoes directly from the harvester into the trailer.
So what I want to know is, let me just get around here. Let me meet you up on the side again. But I can also do this in that I put a car driving next to it and it throws the potatoes in, but that's how it works basically.
Yes, correct. And
that's why you've got those things there so that it breaks the
flow of the potatoes. Yes.
I'm with you.
And in the back, if you just want to zoom in there quickly, there's a picking table where you still have up to 6 people that can clean out if there's stones or if there's anything left in the potatoes that they can pick out during harvesting.
That they can sort out and they just throw it in here.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah. Now saying throwing in here, I'm meaning there.
Yeah.
Woo!
There's one thing which is unique with this machine. This harvester can used for potatoes and for onions at the same time. So we have a lot of customers in South Africa which use this harvester to harvest potatoes and onions.
That is good. So I can do it potatoes one day and I drive to the next field and I go and do onions.
Yes. What you do need, you need to change the front end to pick up the onions. You install a brush in the front to pick up the onions out of the bed.
Okay. I'm with you.
So basically, you take the dablos out here for the potato rows and put a brush system on that picks up the onions out of the bed.
Awesome. Right. Now, this is more or less also just, I want to just make sure, this is just a part of the planter. So that's...
Yeah. This is, now, we saw, as you remember, we saw the belt planter.
Yep.
This is now the cup planter.
Okay.
And the cup belts, if you want to just zoom in here.
But it's just the planter. It's not the oven. But you can still put the fertilizer unit and everything on.
Yes, yes. Of course, this is without fertilizer, but you can add fertilizer to this machine. If you want to just zoom over there you can see that.
Yeah.
That planter has a fertilizer box in front of it.
Okay.
So, and obviously also the cage rollers and the plows to make a finished bed. So it's a one-pass planter, we call it.
See, that's the stuff I like looking at. One pass, that's music in my ears. Okay, sorry, is that the cups that you were talking about?
Yeah, that is a cup, and obviously we have different sizes of cups, red, green, and blue.
Yeah.
And depending what size, what size seed potatoes you're getting, you choose the size of the cup to fit your potatoes.
That is awesome. Okay, now this is a I was saying a makulu van a machine that is here. So please explain to me what is going on here.
Yeah, this is what we call a RH combi unit. This is for the storage or in the field where you on the front at the hopper, you dump your potatoes or onions in, and then.
So I dump the potatoes and the onions here?
Yeah, you dump them in there. It's like a buffer bunker, so it's important for your trailer drivers. They just dump it in and then they can go again, so that they don't stand long at the farm. They can go back to the field, and then after the receiving hopper, you have a cleaning device. If you look up here, there you clean dirt and vines and whatever out.
So, I'm guessing it needs a proper water source.
Sorry?
A water source. Do you need water to clean that out, or it doesn't work with water?
This is dry cleaning.
Okay.
This is dry cleaning. So, and then the dirt or whatever, you can put it on the trailer or dump it on the ground.
Because I was thinking that you're going into like diamond mining now, where you're putting the water and having that. Okay, so we're not spraying the water. We're not cleaning them to that extent.
Right. After that, followed by a picking table again.
Yeah.
It's a roller picking table where you can roll the potatoes and the onion, that the pickers always see also the bad, if you have green or broken or damaged potatoes or onions, that you can sort them out, that you see that they turn, that you see both sides. And then after the picking table, in this case you have 2 sizing units, so you can do 3 sizes on this particular unit.
That is very cool, and I'm guessing that these things, they will then, you set the size according to this. Am I correct?
Yes, it's infinitely adjustable. You see that on the top. There's hydraulic cylinder, so you can adjust from 0 to 80 millimeters.
That is very, very cool. So at the end of the day, I can, depending on how my crop is, and then I can do my sizing accordingly. So it's not like, okay, I've got a fixed infrastructure. Yeah, I'm really flexible.
Right. I mean, that is, and then of course, when the potatoes come off here, you either put them in boxes for storage, or you put them into the pack line, wherever you want to go with this potatoes or onions.
I'm with you. Okay, then we get to the smaller machines. Okay, this one we've more or less covered. This is just the same planter, but it's got the fertilizer unit in front of it.
Yes, this planter is a most common planter in South Africa. This has a fertilizer box, the planter, and then the Rotary Hiller. The other planter we saw there before is for the destoner, comes after the destoner. It's a little bit different setup than the planter if you don't destone.
And then this is basically your ridger. But
that's your ridger, where you go through afterwards to re-ridge your hills to have enough soil on the potatoes.
If you're not happy with that, so because when we did that one in old days where the guy had just had this ridging system at the back of the planter, he was already happy with that, and he just left it like that.
Right. It depends a little bit the soil conditions. If you have center pivot irrigation, if you have heavy rains, sometimes you need re-ridge if you lose too much soil, or if you, with the potato moss, if you want to, after the potatoes are finished, you want to hill up more soil to cover the potatoes while you store them in the field, then you need this kind of equipment.
Cool. And I just want to check here what these things do. Explain to me quickly what the hell is going on here.
This is what we call a Rotary Hiller.
Yeah.
This is we do prepare the soil. We clean up we take the dirt, we take the clods out and make the soil nice, up to a depth of 30 to 40 centimeters for the onion and potato beds before I come in with the planter.
Okay, and I'm guessing this is more for sandy soils.
No, this is more for heavier soils.
For heavier soils, but without rocks.
Without rocks, correct.
That's why we've got that thing over there to take out the rocks first, and then we come in with this.
Right. The destoner has a double function. Like if you, that machine acts like taking the rocks out, but also do the soil preparation at the same time.
Do that.
So then you don't need this, not anymore. But if you don't have stones and heavy soils, then you use this Rotary Hiller.
This is the one that you want. And And these two machines, I'm going to get to that one last.
So this is a potato topper. So what you do with this?
Please explain.
So here you have flails.
Yeah.
And when the potatoes are finished before harvesting, you go over the potato rows and you take off the tops.
So this will be something that I would do to say, okay, I want to store my potatoes for winter in the soil, and now I'm just taking off the tops, and then I know, okay, now they're in storage.
And it's easier for harvesting as well. Especially if the vines are green still, you want to top them off that you don't have them as much in the harvester when you're harvesting.
Makes a lot of sense.
Plus, what you can also do with the topper, if you top the potatoes off and leave them in sit, you mature them, the skin of the potatoes.
Oh, see, I'm getting smarter now. I'm learning a few things. You see, I'm a maize farmer. I don't farm that much with potatoes. So, okay, now if I have to guess, I've got no clue even if I want to guess what this machine is.
Yes. So this is also a topper.
Yeah.
But this is for onions.
Okay.
And for potatoes, we saw that. Like you are topping the potatoes vertical because you have a ridge.
Yes.
On the onions, you topping horizontal. This is basically a lawnmower in a big version and a heavy version. That's how you have to see it.
But can't I just take any, what do they call it, like a mulcher and just put it through there?
No, because there's 3 knives on here with a special angle and a special speed. Yeah. That you don't pull out the onions. If you would just go over with a mower, you would pull out, because it's not fast enough, you will put out the onions with the tops. And that's what you don't want, right?
So this thing is specifically made for that, to go like hell. Correct. And basically cut off those things perfectly.
And because of the onions are very, we have a automatic depth control here. Yeah. To make sure that we cut the onions off at the right height. And with the right.
So you just put this thing on the row, am I right?
Yes, that's correct. And that controls the depth of the topping. Where the topper for the potato has a suction and sucks the vines up to top them.
That is really, really interesting. I didn't even know that you got these machines, or that they existed. Put it like that. There was a need for them. Okay. And this is just your basic small potato, get the stuff out of the ground thing?
No, this is an onion windrower. Again, it looks very similar to a potato windrower, but this is an onion windrower. So you picking up the onions out of the bed and putting them in the row here in the back.
And then we grow the onions.
Yeah. And if you remember when we were standing at the harvester, I said you can harvest potatoes and onions. Once the onions are in a row and they are dried off, then you come with the harvester again and pick the onions off from this machine.
That is really, really awesome. Listen, Frank, thank you very much for a quick school in terms of implements. I've learned a thing or two. And well done with GRIMME. I really think you guys make proper equipment, and that you're making the lives of farmers easier.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you all for listening to me.
That's the pleasure. Right, sir. Okay, right. Nou weet julle, Sonny. Weet julle wat GRIMME doen? Paar goed geleer. Ek het nie geweet jy moet die eie so uithaal nie. Maar in elk geval, dit is hier van Farmspace af. As jy enigstens kom kuier vir hulle by Nampo, kom kyk die aardappel equipment hierso, en andersins sal jy kontak al by op die plaas se draai kom maak. Dis hier van Farmspace af. Tot volgende keer. Groete.